guys? I'm Josh Mosiman. Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 176, presented by O'Neill Racing. Thank you guys for tuning in. This episode, we're going to talk about the Philadelphia Supercross and round 15 of the Monster Energy Supercross season. And we got a big feature from the National Grand Prix Championship NGPC Series race out at Fox Raceway this past weekend. It was the first time there had been an off-road race at Paula in over 15 years. So awesome experience to be a part of that. Let's dive into it. Team tactics in Supercross is always a questionable topic, and this weekend I had my eyes on Hunter Lawrence and Eli Tomac when I watched the race over for the second time, trying to figure out if there were any team tactics in play or not. Of course, we're 3 rounds left to go, at least coming into Philadelphia. We had 3 rounds left to go in the series, and the points leaders were separated by 5 points for Honda's Jett Lawrence and Yamaha's Cooper Webb. In the main event, Jett Lawrence got the whole shot. Cooper Webb was 3rd behind his teammate Eli Tomac, and then the question arises, how hard is Eli going to try to hold off Cooper Webb in this main event? Now, watching it closely, both riders had a good drive at the triple. It didn't look like Cooper Webb had any more momentum to make the pass on Eli Tomac coming into the left-handed 180 corner, but Eli Tomac looked over midair, saw it was his teammate. He landed off the throttle, did not put up a charge, and did not put up a fight and let Cooper Webb get by him in that turn. Cooper Webb, like I said, didn't look like he had more momentum coming over the jump, but he landed on the gas where Eli Tomac landed off the gas. Then throughout the rest of the main event, I was waiting for Eli Tomac to make a pass by Cooper Webb. I thought especially with Jason Anderson catching him at the end, also with Chase Sexton passing Cooper a couple laps earlier, that Eli Tomac would be back on Cooper's rear wheel. I also had a hard time believing that the Star Racing Yamaha team would ask Eli Tomac to kind of make it easier on Cooper and not beat him, but man, big question marks there. I want you guys to let me know in the comments, do you think there was any team tactics at play here, or was Cooper Webb just better than Eli Tomac? Eli recognized that. He recognized that he wasn't in the title fight, and he decided to let Cooper go by fairly easily. Then I want to look at Hunter Lawrence off the start of the 450 main event. Now, he got a good jump and he hooked left quickly coming into the first turn, trying to block the guys on the inside. Cooper Webb was to the inside of him. Jett Lawrence was to the outside of him. Now, that just makes me question, if Jett was to the inside of Hunter, would he have hooked left that hard knowing that his brother and the points leader was inside of him? I don't think so. He did have a great jump off the line, better than most of the guys on the inside, but it wasn't such a good jump that he had room to go all the way over. You could see that he tried to block Cooper Webb coming into the first turn, but Cooper was able to sneak inside of him on his Yamaha YZ450F. Ricky Carmichael pointed it out on the broadcast that Hunter drag raced Cooper into the first turn, trying to hold him off and pinch him off, but Cooper was able to get by him and make it interesting at the beginning of the main event. But we all know what happened. Jett Lawrence went on to take the win. Cooper Webb went on to finish 4th after getting taken out by Jason Anderson in the last turn. Crazy racing. Now there's a 12-point lead between Jett Lawrence and Cooper Webb with only 2 rounds left. That means that Jett Lawrence has the opportunity to win the championship. All he needs to do is finish 3rd at one race and finish 4th at the next. They would tie on points if he did that, and Cooper Webb was to win the last 2 rounds. They would tie on points, but Jett Lawrence would get the tiebreaker with more wins throughout the Supercross season. So crazy stuff going into the final rounds. If Jett Lawrence finishes 3rd at both rounds or finishes better at the last 2 races, then Jett Lawrence will be your 450 Supercross champion in this rookie season. In the 250 class, there was some chaos back behind Max Anstie going on. The 2 heat race winners, Seth Hammaker and J-League Swole, both were riding awesome. Seth, Philadelphia was a home race for him. J-League Swole, this is the first time that Triumph had ever gotten a 250 heat race win, and also J-League Swole's first heat race win, so congratulations to him. Really cool to see just how pumped he was after the heat race win on the podium, but also just celebrating over the finish line. It really goes to show how much that means to a rider to win a Supercross race, even if it's just a heat race. Really cool accomplishment for J-League. Unfortunately, carnage in the main event. Seth Hammaker was railing the outside in the sand section, but he didn't go all the way to the berm. He actually cut down a little bit early in that berm, which is one of the reasons that he was coming out of it quicker than J-League anticipated, and also probably why he didn't see J-League tripling to the inside of that sand section. Either way, it was carnage for both of them and an unfortunate situation for both riders. J-League Swole sent it in. I'm going to say more blame lays on the rider from behind who took both of them out. Bummer position for both of them as they were both in line to get a podium position, but did work out great for Tom Vial and Hayden Deegan, who both got bad starts, and were able to sneak by those 2 and get into the podium positions. Also, Pierce Brown, unfortunate luck getting hit by a lapper. I could kind of see it out of the corner of my eye on the TV broadcast, but then they showed it better in this replay footage that we have courtesy of Feld, and really a bummer. He got punted by a lap rider who popped the clutch, hit the gas coming into the turn, not anticipating that Pierce Brown was going to be coming around the outside of him, and that is what allowed Tom Vial to get by him. Then Pierce Brown cross-roaded up the finish line jump and got launched off of his bike. Lucky to land on the side of the jump and have a pretty smooth landing for how bad that situation could have been. So glad to see he was relatively okay from that. Max Anstie, congratulations to him. This rider has been on fire this year. He actually had the red plate after finishing second at the season opener behind Austin Forkner. Then at round 2, when Austin Forkner got injured, Max Anstie inherited the points lead. He had it for 2 rounds until he had a DNF at round 4. So bummer for Max Anstie to kind of get knocked out of the championship with that DNF in the main event. But at least he got a main event win this year, the second one he's had on that Firepower Honda team and the second one of his career. So it's got to be a great accomplishment for him and for his team. He also left some anticipation in his post-race press conference interview where he said that this year he won't be racing Motocross of Nations for Team Great Britain because his team is on a Supercross only contract. But then he said that next year for 2025, he plans to race Motocross of Nations. So that kind of indicates that he might be switching teams. There's rumors that he could be going to Star Racing Yamaha. He already trains with the Star Racing Yamaha team and does a lot of laps with them at MTF down in Georgia. So interesting stuff for Max Anstie. Going to keep our eyes on that. But great job to him and the Firepower Honda team on grabbing another win. Also, the MXA Fantasy app is going strong. Congratulations to username The Lorax for winning with an impressive 301 points, earning the massive prize, a $500 shopping spree to Boyson Factory Racing from this weekend's Philadelphia Supercross. So congratulations to him. 301 points. That's an impressive amount of points to earn. So congratulations, you guys. The MXA Fantasy League app is free to download, free to play, and you can win some awesome prizes at the end of the entire 31 Series Super Motocross Championship. This weekend's Denver Supercross. Get signed up for free. Free to download the app and free to play. Hope to see you over there. Next up, we head to Paula for the NGPC Series off-road race this past weekend. Let's head there now. All right, guys, this week in MXA, we are out at the NGPC National Grand Prix Championship race at Paula. This is right in our backyard. I've raced the last 3 weekends in a row. We went to Arizona to race the Arena Cross race. We did the California Classic at Glen Helen. We did the Two-Stroke National at Glen Helen. Now the Two-Stroke National, that was my home. That feels comfortable to me. I have Bosch's with KTM 150. I just feel good on that track and at that race. Now we're totally out of our element. 4th weekend in a row racing. We're riding the new 2024 Yamaha YZ450FX model. Just picked it up this week. Bone stock bike. Do some Cherby stick hand guards on here. Some nitro mousses in the wheels. And we're gonna go racing at the National Grand Prix Championship here at Paula. Track is brutal. I did practice yesterday. Let's hope for the best for some racing. Josh Val, what bike you riding? What we doing?
24 KX450X. NGPC, Paula. It's an off-road race.
All right.
It really is.
What we eating?
Brecky, a little late for Brecky, 10:57, but better late than never. We were working on the bike this morning, getting ready. My wife's about to go up for her moto.
Woo!
So,
Justin Lee, Josh Mosiman, this is your normal stuff. What do you think for us?
You know, I just hope I can stay with Justin. He's a pro, but I maybe ride this a little more. It would be sweet for you.
It's gonna be brutal.
I think we could top 10, you know?
Really?
Just a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's gonna be brutal and the track's gonna be a little slower, so I think that could help everybody.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's go.
What happened? What we doing?
All right, wife was out practicing, bike kept stalling. This factory kill switch on the KTM Husqvarna went out. The kill portion. Start was still good, bike kept stalling. We had nothing but problems, so we got lucky. Nihilo was here for us, and TRE, and they gave us the dual option.
Nice.
So now we're good to go.
Explain it. So this is a 24 TC 300.
Correct.
Cross-country machine.
TX.
TX 300.
Well,
that's right.
we won't worry about that.
All right, TX 300 and secondary start switch from Nihilo. So good, we're willing to pay retail for it because 2 buttons is much better than 1. Faster for dead engine starts.
Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. And everybody who knows these stock switches, they're just too hard to push.
Yeah.
So this is even better. Brings it back to what we're used to.
Kind of like 2 for 1 because she already wanted to switch it up.
Yeah, I'm winning right now. As long as everything works.
Yeah. All right, let's get going.
What's up, guys? Justin Lee here. I'm also racing today. As you can see, I played a little bit in the mud this morning. I got a new Honda 450 RX today to ride. We got moose bibs in the tires, a Cherby skid plate, and the rest of it is just bone stock. I was able to race this bike at the 6 hour, and it made it all the way through that pretty decently. So we're excited to go do some racing today.
Are you prepared for some off-road rock sections?
I wouldn't say prepared, but excited for it. A little bit out of our element, so something to try and something to get done.
All right, let's do it. Well, it's about 1 hour before our moto starts. We're at 12:45. It's 11:45 right now. I got my yellow media vest on. Checking out the track. It's dusty and gnarly for this motor right here. We got the leader coming around. Let's see how he does in this gnarly rock section. Track is moto track, flat track, and rocks. Oh man, I don't know what place I got, probably pretty far back in the pro class, and I got passed by quite a few, the 250 guys as well. VO strip worked good, keeping sweat out of my eyes, and goggles. I got some blisters right here. Our crew's got blisters. Jay's got blisters.
I think this is a great course. I think we're gonna make this a yearly.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope we can do that.
All right.
And then next time maybe you can come scoop.
Sounds good. Jay Young, leading Team True Racing, doing Motor Church on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
What's the next race that people can find you guys at?
Next race is Marysville up in Northern California. The National Grand Prix will be up there. But we'll be doing desert races in California probably the next month. Ruts, and we'll be out in Lucerne Valley on June 1st and 2nd. That'll be a pretty big Christian event. So come on out and hang out with us. It's going to be a dual Euro. It's going to be a blast. And we'll do service Saturday night. So
Marysville will be much better than today.
Marysville is going to be amazing. So bless you guys.
NorCal, good stuff.
Thanks, man. Thank you, Bill. Bless you. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye, guys.
You as well. Yeah.
All right.
This track was brutal. The ruts were gnarly, and it's like hitting Supercross whoops whenever you get to the rock section. Just trying to focus as much as you can on not dropping your feet and breaking your ankle or knee or leg. Rode with my buddy Cole Zeller most of the moto. That was fun. My pit was super slow because we did not have a stride brake, and then the bike didn't want to start, but
You probably needed the break.
I needed a break. It was a good time. So this week in MXA, we raced off-road.
How was the bike?
The bike actually worked really good. So yesterday when I got here, this bike was brand new. I'd only ridden like 5 or 6 laps at Glen Helen the other day. So the mousses needed to break in, the frame needed to break in, the suspension needed to break in. I went a lot softer on compression and opened up the rebound just to bounce off some rocks. The bike rode a lot better today after it broke in a little bit. So it was an hour and 50 minutes by the time I crossed the finish line, almost 2 hours. So good times. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in to this episode of This Week at MXA. We also just posted a 40-hour update video on the Suzuki RMZ 450. It's our new Living With series brought to you by Mosiman. Hope you guys enjoyed that video with Brian Medeiros talking all about the Suzuki RMZ 450. Good times. We'll see you in the next video.